Good morning, everyone. Welcome to council meeting for the municipality of County of Annapolis. First of all, I'd like to say welcome to our visitors this morning, and it's nice to see you in the audience. It's always appreciated. First of all, I'd like to advise that if there was a fire drill or a fire, hopefully not, but fire drill, that the two doors for exits are there, and you come in, you go out the same way we came in, and we meet all the way down to the back of the parking lot, where one of the staff members, usually Christina, will meet us back there to give a count of who's, if there were anybody missing, but there won't be, right? Okay, good. As I said, bienvenue, welcome. We will start this morning with roll call.
District 1, Marianne Parkinson Salzman.
District 2, Jesse Hare.
District 3, Dustin Enslow.
District 4, Charles Crampton.
District 5, Lynn Longmire.
District 6, John Welch.
District 7, Ted Agenbar.
District 8, Niall Harding.
District 9, Gidget Oxen.
District 10, Brian Pleasant-Connell.
And District 11, Diane LeBlanc. Okay, so this morning we're going to start with a special presentation for the Bridgetown Lions Club, which have celebrated their 70 years of service. I'm going to move this on to Deputy Warden.
No pressure. No pressure. Speed. I find I get way too many of them lately. So the reason we've asked the Lions Club to attend today is to celebrate their 70th anniversary within the Bridgetown area. So first I just want to congratulate the Bridgetown area Lions Club on 70 years of service, 70 years of showing up for the community.
Here, here.
70 years of quiet. 70 years of quiet leadership, 70 years of doing just what needs to be done in our community. Organizations like the Lions Club are just not service clubs. You are connective tissues of our community. Long before emergencies happen, you get building trust, and you are building relationships, and you're building a culture of service. You host fundraisers, you support families, you mentor youth, you help seniors, you quietly fill the gaps that might otherwise go unnoticed. And we graciously appreciate everything that you do. I know that you guys are a very active Lions Club within our community, and I had the distinct pleasure with Councillor Agenbar to help participate in the monthly breakfasts. I know that I'm Mr. Pancake, and Ted is Mr. Social. Mr. Egg and Hash Brown. So congratulations. If I could ask the group to come up with the warden. We'd like to present you with a certificate of appreciation. Are you taking it? She forgot your Republican finger. Since there's a lot of them.
Squish. Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. Like you're making breakfast.
We have. Congratulations.
Thank you, Uncle Ted.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue. Are there any disclosures of interest for today? Seeing none, we'll move on. And we're going to the approval of the order of the day. And I'm telling you right now, we have additions. So we are adding under section 11.1, an in-camera for 22.2G legal, and also 11.2 for 22.2B tax sale. And so that would mean that we're moving the adjournment to number 12. Okay, so also if you check at your 6.18, we are moving this motion to make a decision until after the in-camera, so that will be moved as well. And that's it for additions for today. Okay, so if Madame Kelly would read the motion so that somebody can move it.
To amend the order of the day to add an in-camera under section 22.2G legal advice and section 22.2B tax sale of the municipal government as items 11.1 and 2, and to move item 6.18 SR 2026-50 unsold properties from March 5th, 2026 tax sale until after the in-camera session.
Okay, I need a mover, Councillor Longmire, and the seconder, I saw Councillor Carson Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor just signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay, so let's get to it. The first is the approval of the municipal council minutes that we have on page 4. Do we have any corrections or anything for the minutes of Tuesday, March 17th, municipal council? Seeing none, minutes are approved as is. This next set of minutes is the special council that we have, which is on page 14, also for March 17th. Are there any corrections that need to be done? Questions? Comments? Seeing none, those minutes are also approved as is. Okay, let's move on to the committee of the whole recommendations. We will start with 6.1. I invite a councillor to, okay, Councillor Harding.
I move to write a letter to invite DNR, the Minister of Natural Resources, and local MLAs to meet with the warden, deputy warden, CAO, and senior staff to provide information on the proposed harvest at Mickey Hill, as well as timelines in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you very much. Seconder, Councillor Hare. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.2, Councillor Longmire.
Thank you, Warden. Meeting invite regarding expansion of Finfish Farm. To write a letter, I move that the county, write a letter to invite the Minister of Fisheries and I need to make,
Just read it
read it
as
as
it
it
is
is, yeah. To write a letter to invite the Minister of Fisheries and Agriculture and local MLAs to meet with the warden, deputy warden, CAO, and senior staff to provide information on the proposed expansion of the Finfish Farm and license expiry, as well as timelines pursuant to the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. I need a seconder, Councillor Oxner. Okay. I know that we have some corrections, so Councillor Longmire, would you?
So initially, we need to address the agriculture is aquaculture, so
Aquaculture.
just a typo.
Okay, we'll stop there for a second.
Sure.
No, I got it.
You got it? Okay. So does everybody agree on this motion? And is it unanimous that we do that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And then as well to make it more specific to marine aquaculture site 1040. So that would be in where the
So you're proposing an amendment
Please,
to add
yes,
1040,
Marine Aquaculture Site 1040. And that would be placed,
after
In.
license,
please,
so, did everybody get that?
Yes.
Yes? To, after license, you would add marine, 1040, license 1040 marine aquaculture site.
So,
Do we have that?
So right here is where you want to confirm license, marine agriculture site 1040 expiring, between license and expiring?
Yes, between license and expiring.
Okay.
Well, it should be expired, yeah. Just change the
Yeah.
spelling on that too. Okay, so, we're just going to vote on the amendment. Is there any questions on adding this right now? Or comments? No discussion? Okay, so on the amendment, all in favor of adding 1040 marine aquaculture site, expired,
Second
yeah, to the motion,
to the amendment?
to the amendment, okay. We need a seconder, we didn't get a seconder. Councillor Hardy. Okay, so for this part of the motion, all in favor signify by saying yes to the amendment.
yes.
Opposed, no. Motion amendment passed. Okay, now on the entirety of the motion, it will read, Madame Kelly.
Okay, I haven't got that whole piece together. To write a letter to invite the Minister of Fisheries and Agriculture and local MLAs to meet with the warden, deputy warden, CAO, and senior staff to provide information on the proposed expansion of the Finn Farm and license
Finn Fish Farm.
Finn Fish Farm Marine Agriculture Site 1040 expiry, as well as timelines pursuant to the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Councillor,
license expiry. I believe it's still there.
it is there.
Okay, it just wasn't read out, sorry.
She said license,
So you want the marine
Aquaculture Site 1040, license
place
expiry,
between, so you want it before license?
please.
Okay. Because the motion said after license.
yes, the motion said you wanted it after license, so do we have to readdress that? No, okay. The small, it's no difference. All right, we have the motion complete. Now we vote on the complete motion. Any comments or questions about that? No discussion? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you. Okay, let's go on to 6.3. Councillor Cranton.
I move to direct the CAO to perform a review of the strategic plan in the manner as described in the April 14th, 2026 staff report in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor or Deputy Warden. Okay? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.4. Councillor Agenbar.
I move to direct the CAO to enter into a one-year agreement with the Bridgetown Community Recreation Association pursuant to the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder. Deputy Warden. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.5. Councillor Oxner.
I move to direct the CAO to send a letter regarding the fire modernization to the Minister of Emergency Management and Minister of Municipal Affairs in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Hardy. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion, and any noes? No, motion passes, thank you. Motion 6.6. Counselor, yes, Welsh.
I move to direct the CIO to enter into an agreement with the Bear River Board of Trade related to the operation of the public facility pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you very much. Seconder, Counselor Harding. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.7. Counselor Parsons. Oops, Salzman.
I move to direct the CAO to further review the property list and provide a detailed report of recommendations at a future meeting in accordance with the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder. Counselor Harding. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.8. Counselor Welsh.
I move to approve writing off an uncollectible tax account totaling $1,376.05 pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Counselor Crampton. Seconder, Counselor Crampton. Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.9. Counselor Agenbar.
I move to increase the funding for the Bridgetown Sewer Lagoon upgrades Phase 3 in the 2026-27 CIP by $300,000 to $1 million, with the full amount to be funded by long-term debt as originally approved in the 2026-27 capital investment plan in accordance with the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Deputy Warden. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.10. Deputy Warden.
I move to increase the recreational infrastructure upgrades in the 2026-2027 CIP from $200,000 to $300,000, with the $200,000 to come from capital reserve and the $100,000 to come from the community pursuant of the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Counselor Agenbar. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.11. Counselor Harding.
I move to increase the IT systems replacement in the 2026-2027 CIP from $40,000 to $65,000, with the additional funding to come from the Capital Reserve Fund in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder? Counselor Welsh. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.12. Counselor Crampton.
I move to change the $35,000 funding for the Allen R. Hughley water connection in the 2026-2027 CIP from the county water reserve to the operating reserve pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Counselor Oxner. Discussion? Thank you very much. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.13. Counselor Carson Salzman.
I move to move the municipal wildfire prevention grant of $22,500 from the 2025-2026 operating budget to the operating reserve to be used in the 2026-2027 to advance fire smart initiatives in collaboration with Parks and Recreation in accordance with the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Counselor Agenbar. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.14. Counselor Welsh.
I move to authorize payment from the Willett Trust to the Mountain and Meadows Care Group in the amount of $673.76 pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder? Councillor Hare. Discussions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.15. Councillor Ardenbar.
I move to authorize the payment from the Crows Trust to the Mountain and Meadows Care Group in the amount of $2,157.42 in accordance with the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder? Deputy Warden? Any discussions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. 6.16, Councillor Welsh.
I move to direct the CAO to reissue a modified request for proposals for the Upper Clemens Park property as per the staff report April 14th, 2026 pursuant to the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Harding. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Motion 6.17. Councillor Longmire?
I move to call tender for property ANN 00-176-869 with a minimum bid of $1,000, $883.87 in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Parsons Sullivan. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. We'll skip over 6.18. 6.19. Councillor Parsons Sullivan.
I move to call tender for property ANN 02-099-349 with a minimum bid of $4,456.02 in accordance with the recommendation of Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Oxner. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay, we'll move on to new business. We have on page 21, Physician Recruitment Committee recommendation. Councillor Parsons Sullivan.
I move that municipal council approve a grant in the amount of $5,000 to Dr. Thomas Ritzy in accordance with policy 108 medical recruitment financial assistance program. Of this approval, $2,500 will be paid right away, with the remaining $2,500 to be paid in 1 year, in accordance with the recommendation of the Physician Recruitment and Retention Committee.
Thank you very much. Seconder, Councillor Cranston. Any discussion? Well, I have a question. Where will Dr. Thomas Ritzy be? In the Middleton area or Lawrencetown? Lawrencetown. Thank you. Anybody else have any comments? Seeing none? Yes?
Just a quick comment, thank you. It's exciting to see another physician coming to the local area, taking more numbers off of the existing provincial list.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Well done, Lordstown.
Any other comments? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no? Motion passed. Okay, we'll continue on to page 22, which is Marketing Levy Ad Hoc Committee recommendations. We have 3 recommendations. Who will start? Councillor Harding.
I move the municipal council revise the terms of reference to extend the marketing levy ad hoc committee term for another 12 months with a new ending date of March 31st, 2027, in accordance with the recommendation of the marketing levy ad hoc committee.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Welsh. Any discussion on this? Thank you. Councillor Welsh?
Just a quick question, has that committee only been meeting for 1 year? So
It was supposed to be meeting for 1 year, however, it started late. Anybody wishes to, you've had a few meetings?
Yeah, we've had 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I may, Gordon?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so, yeah, we got started a little bit later because we had some issues getting members from the community to come on board. But once we did have a fully formed committee, we have had 3 meetings so far. And they've been very, very productive, and we're making some good progress. But we would like to extend that term for another year so we can continue to work on that. And also look at the levy itself and funding of tourism initiatives, so.
Thank you.
So it's good work on the committee, now the committee is full.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Second recommendation, Councillor Cranton.
I move that municipal council instruct staff to reach out to the town of Annapolis Royal and the town of Middleton to initiate discussions regarding the marketing levy in accordance with the recommendation of the marketing levy ad hoc committee.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Longmire. Any discussion on this? Would you like to give a few words? Yes?
Yeah, I'll just quickly speak on this. So the reason that the committee was asking for this recommendation was that there was some discussion had, and it was unclear exactly what the town's stance was. There was some speculation and some understanding what we thought they might be saying about a marketing levy. But we wanted to try to reach out to them and actually have some solid information about where they stand and what their thoughts are going forward. So that was why we came forward with this recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Welsh?
That was my question.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Councillor Harding. Yes.
Just to add to that a little bit too, we have the Annapolis County Intermunicipal Working Group. I always have to stop to think what that acronym is.
Me too.
This Thursday, I believe, and we've
Yes.
added this to the agenda knowing that this was coming. So we'll have we'll start the discussion with the mayors and deputy mayors on Thursday.
Okay. Thank you. Councillor Cranton?
And I just wanted to add to that, through the committee, one of the reasons why the request went in there is like through the discussions of the last 2 meetings, the, proposed ideas and plans for promoting, it's just a lot of the ideas that are coming up work a lot better to promote the region as a whole if the 2 towns are on board and working collaboratively with it. Both from the standpoint of how to promote the area and B, in relation to the levy itself, because it creates a bit of a issue if, the levy's being charged just outside a town boundary but not being charged within the town boundary. Also creates a bit of a concern, so that's why this was added, because the whole thing can move forward a lot more positively and productivity wise if the 2 towns in the county are aligned the same. So.
Thank you very much, Councillor Cranton. Any other comments? No? All right. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. And the third recommendation, did somebody read that? Councillor Agenbar.
Yes, I move that the municipal council requests that the chief administrative officer review and prepare an updated marketing levy bylaw for consideration by the marketing levy committee, either electronically or at its next scheduled meeting, in accordance with the recommendation of the marketing levy ad hoc committee.
I need a seconder for that. Thank you. Seconder is Councillor Harding. Any comments or discussion on this? Yes, Councillor Agenbar.
Thank you. So it's become evident through some of the meetings, all the meetings that we've had with the ad hoc committee, that there are some contentious issues in respect to the bylaw as we know it now. And some of those were recognized at our meetings, and so we just felt that, and it's also probably one of the reasons why some of the operators just haven't got on board. So the whole point is to get as many on board as we can, so we're trying to eliminate some of those contentious issues, and that's the reason we put this forward. And perhaps the chair, Councillor Hardy, may also have some comment on that as well.
Thank you, Councillor Agenbar. Councillor Hardy?
Thank you, Warden. Yeah, so one of the tasks that was, of the committee, was to review the bylaw as it stands now, which we have been doing, as Councillor Aguilar said. And so in reviewing it, we did find some issues with just wording of certain things in the bylaw that we thought we could possibly change or tighten up. And so we did have a discussion with the CAO at that meeting as well. And there seemed to be some agreement that there could be some small changes that could make the bylaw better and also more appealing and palatable for some of the operators, because of course we do want everybody on board with this, and it's gonna benefit the operators and the industry as a whole, so, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay, so, what's next? On page 23 to 34, as you can see, we have pages that show us our motions. No, I missed one. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't. 7.3 is the Morristown swimming pool. Sorry. Go ahead, Councillor Connell.
I move that municipal council support Lawrencetown Pool in the amount of $1,000 toward the vandalism that occurred, and that it be taken to the Recreational and Cultural Reserve.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Cranton. Any discussion or comments on the motion? Councillor Connell will start, and Councillor Welch.
Why I picked the Recreation and Cultural Reserve is that we put $50,000 a year in that reserve, and we've used it over the years I've sat here for emergencies. I think we, Community Hall, Trunk 8, the roof had severe damage during a windstorm, and they need to fix it right away. So it was hard to, government wheels move slow sometimes, so a grant wasn't appropriate for the situation, and that's the same here. They're trying to get, as fast as they can, trying to get the plumbing put back in and the shower unit put back in, and so they know they can be prepared to open on their opening day. So, again, I'm not asking for a lot because the community has stepped forward quite a bit, so, but they still need a little bit of funding there to pay for their damages.
Great, thank you very much. Councillor Welch?
I'm just hoping for an update.
And you got it. You just got it. Perfect. Any other comments or questions? Thank you. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you. Okay, and getting back to the tracking of the motions, there's quite a list there, and we can stay on track. Thank you very much for Madame Kelly for doing that. Next is councillor comments. Under councillor comments, we will start with District.
Greetings from District 1. Got a couple things coming up in the area. First, Church Grove Cemetery, and I will give you these notes once I'm done, if you can read my writing. So the Church Grove Cemetery annual meeting is April 22nd at 7 p.m. held at the Melbourne Square United Baptist Church. The Church Grove Cemetery, located at 491 Strong Mountain Road cleanup, is to be held April 25th, starting at 9 a.m. The Wilmot Neighborhood Watch meeting will be held May 4th at 6 p.m. And they are gonna have Circle Nova Scotia do a presentation at the next meeting. Reminder to respect their farm machinery on the roads as the warm weather comes up. Tractors are gonna be out and about. There's family members that drive those tractors, so just be respectful. Remember to check before you burn, update it daily at 2 p.m. at novascotia.ca/burn safe. Everyone should have received the county events guide. Get out and explore our beautiful county. And I'd just like to say a quick congratulations to all our volunteers who are nominated. We are very fortunate to have the amount of volunteers that we do in our county. They put in a lot of time, effort, and work.
Very good, thank you very much, Councillor. We are at District 2.
Greetings, District 2. I'd just like to highlight the regulars as usual, the Port George and breakfast the first Sundays of the month, the Margaret's breakfast first Saturday, as well as the jam sessions Mondays in Port George and Wednesday in Brickton. But I'd also like to just a word out for anybody who's finds a little extra time on their hands. That I know a lot of the community groups and halls are trying to make plans this winter and looking for volunteers and vendors for various events that will be happening throughout the summer already. So if anybody has an extra time, reach out to the local hall and community group and see if you can lend a hand. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much, Councillor. District 3.
Thank you. So I did submit something because I thought that I wouldn't be here, but council went a lot quicker than I thought. Greetings from District 3. It's nice that we had a few good days of weather. I wasn't expecting to wake up this morning to see snow on my deck or over my lawn furniture, but the nature of the beast. I'm happy that we're seeing rain because I really don't want to go through a summer like we had last year. And the fact that we had rain at night and sun during the day, be nice if that continued through the year. Just a few things happening within my district. Of course, the Lions Breakfast, the first Saturday of every month. And it was nice that we were able to provide a certificate of appreciation today to them. It's 70 years, that's a huge milestone. And they continue to work hard. And what I find interesting about that group is if you're part of the Lions Club, you're usually a volunteer on everything else within that. within that. So, just the members that were here today, they're on various other committees, including ACOS and so on. So, they're the real drivers of the community, and I appreciate everything they do, and I appreciate that I get to spend time helping them. As well as we have our Clarence Country Farm Market that is just started opening again, located in, I guess it'd be Central Clarence, I guess, just off of Elliott Road. We also have another busy season at the Sports Hub, and we have another busy season with Bridgetown Recreation. So they've gone through a change and they have some new directors and they're trying to bring things up. So I know that my daughter's excited to see baseball come back and things like that. And I also want to give a shout out to the people that are organizing the soccer club within our area. From what I heard the other day is we have close to 200 people signed up for soccer just in Bridgetown area. So we'll see the hub again busy. They're still looking for more people for U15. That when my daughter can play soccer. Local, yeah. So on another note, I just wanted to bring something forward that I thought was very important about a meeting I attended yesterday. I know that a lot of us got contacted about some of the changes at Cross Hill Court. And I just want to provide some information that we learned yesterday from an announcement that due to a lot of work on Mountains and Meadows Care Group advocating that they were able to secure an agreement with the province to continue CCA services as it is. So right now, until August 1st, the services that they get, the current contract stays in place, which is food, CCA, housekeeping, so on. After August 1st, the CCA portion is going to stay the same for the residents that are currently enrolled in the program, and that will go until the 31st of July 2027 to be reviewed. So this is a major win, and it was nice to see the community come out and support. It was great for us to have a small portion of that to try to advocate for our people. Other than that, I just want people to look at our community guide, and I look forward to seeing everyone at all the community events. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor. We are at District, oh my goodness, I'm
4.
lost now. 4, thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings from District 4, and first off I want to say welcome for spring to arrive, even though I too woke up with snow on my lawn and on my deck. But prior to that, I had noticed, particularly in the last few days, that the grass was really starting to get greener, and I could see the shrubs and the bushes and everything are starting to come life. So I think this just will be a little bit of fertilizer for them today. And speaking of spring, first off, I just volunteered over the weekend at Bishop Park in Round Hill as part of their annual spring cleanup. There's about, I'd say, 15, 20 volunteers there. So every year there's a big group from the community that come together and clean up that park. It's a facility that serves not just my district, but a broader region, and it's always inspiring to see communities take ownership of their facility and whatnot. And it didn't take as long this year because they had done such a great job last year with getting rid of their junk. The county had we had given them a grant last year as part of the grants program, and that was the other benefit, was I got to see firsthand how great use they made of that, fixing up their facilities and cleaning up their washrooms and whatnot, which made everything easier. So with that, I've noticed they have advertised the park is open for the season as of April 20th, so keep an eye on their Facebook for booking of events. I've already noticed some of the ball clubs have started posting their recruitments for interested in forming leagues and whatnot. I also, over the weekend, had the pleasure of attending the later part of the Annapolis County Community Hall Conference. I believe I just missed my colleague, Councillor Agambar. They said that Ted just left when I got there, so I'm sure he'll be talking to it. But I want to give compliments to the county staff for organizing that, because it was a very good event, and I'm sure there will be a report, or Councillor Agambar may talk on it. But I had heard while I was there that there was representatives from 22 community halls across the county at that event, so that's a rather big spread, and I think the hall was full. So I got there in the later bit, so I heard the topics on food security, community grants, and I got to listen to the community conversation on feedback from the wildfire and how that particular hall responded to that, which Councillor Agambar, it's his hall, so I'll let him speak to that in time. But those were the parts I got to see, and I just want to compliment the county again on organizing that, because I also heard when I spoke to the members of the community that I recognized lots of positive feedback and lots of positive thank yous from the people that attended that, and they were glad that the county had put that on and said that they hope it continues. So kudos to that board.
Yes, one moment.
Don't mean to interrupt, Councillor, but I want to be very clear, we did not organize that event. We absolutely heavily participated,
Okay.
but kudos to the hall itself.
Okay.
They were the ones that organized it, just, want to make sure that that's clear. We don't want to take credit where it's not done.
No, I certainly appreciate that, so I'll extend my kudos to everybody involved, so whatnot. And then I also have started to attend in my community the seasonal halls that open up for the season. They've started open, and attended one board meeting in the Granville Centre Community Hall. In terms of upcoming events in my district in the next month, first off, the Annapolis District Drama Group, which has members from my district and others, will be presenting the Phoenix Showcase, directed by Simon Bonington, and they will be doing showings at the King's Theatre in Annapolis Royal on April 24th and 25th. I believe that one is a series of small shorts in one collection. So check King's Theatre's Facebook for details on that, as well as the Annapolis District Drama Group's page as well. The Moshel Community Hall is now open for the season. They've already had a card party, and they have a pancake breakfast coming up on April 25th at 8 a.m. The Round Hill Community Hall will be holding a 65th birthday party / retirement party for local bus driver Chester DeVoe on April 26th from 3 to 5, and it is open to the entire community to come out to that. Bishop Park's annual general meeting, now that they're open, they'll have their annual general meeting on April 27th at 6:30 p.m. The Granville Ferry Community Hall Association will have their annual general meeting on May the 6th at 7 p.m. And the Granville Center Community Hall will hold their first fundraiser of the year on May 7th, with the time to be determined. And I'll just echo what Councillor Parson Sullivan's comments about check before you burn, because even though it is wet, I can see on my land signs it seems like the ground's wet, but the grass looks dry. So it was wet last year and it went fairly dry rather quickly. So just keep an eye out, check the burn map.
Great, thank you, Councillor.
Thank you.
We are at District 5.
I'm gonna try and keep it shorter.
Oh,
Morning from
she
District
gave us
5.
a warning already.
Morning from District 5.
That's what I say.
As we move further into spring, it's great to see our communities coming back to life. Warmer days are bringing more people outdoors, whether walking, cycling, or even enjoying just time with family and friends. With that in mind, I encourage everyone to stay mindful on our roads. We are seeing more pedestrians and motorcyclists out and about this time of year, and a little extra awareness goes a long way in keeping everyone safe. So I have happening before us, at the Lower Granville Hall, a spring plant and seed sale and swap. So you can swap your seeds out if you don't like yours. Saturday, April 25th, 12 to 3. The event is a wonderful place for residents to connect, support local vendors, share seeds and plants, swap and kick off the growing season. Also to mention, Ragged Robin Farms and Nursery will be bringing along some of their wonderful plants for sale. Also, as always, Lower Granville Hall supports a wonderful coffee hour on 10 o'clock on Friday mornings over at the Youngs Cove Community Hall. Sense of Community continues with their Monday morning coffees at 10 a.m. Great opportunity to connect and chat with others and newcomers. Also, the jam sessions continue Friday nights at 7 p.m. Bring a snack to share, $2 at the door. Youngs Cove Fundy Community Hall at gmail.com is your way to connect if you wish to join in on particular activities. Just for your RSVP. Kids Craft for Mother's Day, April 29th, 1 to 4, $5. And a Mother's Day tea, Saturday, May 9th, 2 to 4, $5. Best hat or fascinator, there will be a prize. The New Horizon Hall, their annual meeting is coming up April 27th at 6 p.m. And their first jam of the season as they open up their hall is May 4th at 7 p.m. And as always, bring a snack, right? Wishing everyone a wonderful continuation to their spring. I think I did it.
Very good. Let's continue.
Before I jump in.
District 6, yes, before we find something else to say.
Greetings from District 6. As spring is settling in, we're starting to see more people getting back outside, making use of the trails, waterways, and spaces that make this area what it is. Recently, many residents received the new Annapolis County Outdoor Recreational Map and Community Guide in the mail. Together they offer a great snapshot of what is available in the region, not just in terms of places to go, but things that are happening throughout the year. From walking and biking routes to paddling access points, community events, and seasonal activities, it's a reminder of how much is actually here and often close to home. As canoe and bike routes begin to open for the season, it's great to take a closer look at both. The map highlights the physical connections of the county, while the events guide fills the rhythm of the year from spring through winter, with local events gathering and activities happening in communities throughout the region. These kind of resources may seem simple, but they play an important role. They make it easier for people to explore, stay active, and connect with the landscapes and communities around them. They also support local use of these spaces in a way that brings familiarity, appreciation, and long-term stewardship. At the same time, access to outdoor space is something that requires ongoing attention. Conversations around land use, forestry activity, and trail access continue to shape how these areas are used and experienced. While many of these decisions sit at the provincial level, they have a direct impact here, and it's important that local voices remain part of that discussion. There's a real opportunity in how we approach this. Protecting access while supporting responsible use and economic use activity is not always straightforward, but it's a balance worth working towards. In recent weeks, I've had the chance to discuss with residents and connect with community groups through a number of local meetings and discussions. These conversations continue to reinforce how important access to land, water, and shared spaces is to people across the county, and how closely these issues are tied to long-term planning and decision-making. As always, I appreciate hearing from residents, whether it's feedback on local issues or ideas improving access to the spaces we all use. These conversations help guide the work we do going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. So you go canoeing everywhere?
I have been to a lot of places.
Oh, so maybe I can go with you and jump in the middle and you guys can all canoe, and I'll just enjoy the
You
scenery.
can do the portage and we'll do the paddle.
Oh my goodness, that's too much work. Let's move on. District 7.
Thank you very much. Well, spring has finally sprung, I think. I know this because my chestnut trees are starting to bloom or bud out, and but I wasn't sure this morning when I saw that white stuff on the roof of my car as well. So with that comes a lot of activities, events, and not to mention meetings. Over the past few weeks, some of the meetings I've attended included the Marketing Levy Committee meeting, Bridgetown Secondary Planning and Advisory Committee meeting, which is really active right now, and good to see that back on track. And of course, the Tri-County Transportation Society Board meeting. Other functions I attended included the Westahousie AGM on the last weekend before last, and the Annapolis County Community Hall Symposium held at the Westahousie Hall Saturday on the 18th. As has been mentioned earlier here today, that was very, very well attended by a lot of the different community halls in the area, and kudos to the Westahousie Community Hall for getting that together and the people that helped them organize that. They always do a wonderful job there for sure. And at the Sioux Earth Day celebration held at the Centerley Hall also this past weekend on the April the 19th. This is an annual event to celebrate the earth and Mother Nature and all that she provides, which includes a nature hike, children's activities, wellness practice workshops, live music, and of course the world famous soup meal. So for those who don't know what soup is, it's the Save Our Forest, which is a very active group in the area, and they usually work out of the Centerley Community Hall. I had the privilege of organizing and emceeing the music event, and there was 4 groups of music there, and it was very well appreciated by the people that were there as well. Spring also means it's AGM season, and here are a few of the upcoming ones in District 7. So on Thursday, April the 23rd, is the Sioux AGM at the Centerley Community Hall starting at 7 p.m. Also on Thursday, April the 23rd, the Paradise Cemetery AGM is at the Paradise Heritage Center at 7 p.m. as well, for those interested in attending that. And of course, Sunday, April the 26th, is the Centerley United Baptist Church AGM beginning at 3 p.m. Upcoming events in District 7 include the Westahousie Community Hall Pork Supper. That's always a great event, wonderful food, well attended. That's going to be Saturday, April the 25th at 4:30 p.m. sitting. So please call ahead and book your seat, because they sell out pretty quick. So you can call, the number is 902-665-2355 for that. Other events taking place, coming right along here, is Nova Scotia Walks Bridgetown every Wednesday, meets at the library at 10 a.m. The Bridgetown Legion puts on the Veterans Coffee Morning every Thursday from 10 until noon, and this is for veterans, first responders, retired firefighters, current firefighters, or anybody that would like to attend that as well. The Bridgetown Regional Community School Theater Society presents Arsenic and Old Lace, with showings starting on Friday, May the 1st, through Sunday, May the 3rd. This is their first full-length play that they've attempted to put together and to do since COVID, so please come out if you're in the area and support that group. I would like to close by reminding everyone that grass fires and open fires are creating extra burden for all of our local fire departments. So I urge everyone to obey the fire restriction area laws as well. That's extremely important. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 8.
Morning from District 8. I'm very pleased to see some nicer weather, and I hope you all remember that you made fun of me for putting away my snow blower last month, but I did it anyways, and we're still okay. So, and I was a little scared this morning seeing the snow. Oh, they're gonna make me eat my words this morning. No, it looks like we're gonna be okay. So I've been really busy with spring activities, you know, I'm sure many of us have, cleaning up after a long winter. I attended the Easter events in Annapolis Royal over the Easter weekend. Went to the fire hall where they had a really great setup for arts and crafts and activities and stuff for the kids there. There was a ton of people there. It was really, really good time, and they had a little concessions set up there as well for hot dogs and pop and all that stuff that I try not to give too much to my kids, but they always get it in special occasions like that. So, and then we followed that up with the Easter egg hunt at the Fort Anne. It's just a great event for the kids, and it's amazing how many eggs they put out. I think it's like 20 or 30,000 eggs that they put out there for the kids to find. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to the volunteers that help the Easter Bunny stuff all those eggs and get them out for the kids. And it's a wonderful event, and it's really well attended every year. So the kids had a great time. Nobody fell down the hills, so that's good. I've been having a lot of good discussions with residents lately. Quite a few issues going on. I think the same for a lot of us. I've been talking to some people about garbage collections and, of course, some of the forestry activity with the springtime coming up as well. So I'm hopeful that council will be able to work with the province in addressing our residents' concerns. It's important work. This past weekend, I went down to the soccer fields just right down here behind our building and helped volunteer to do some field fix-ups. I got there and I realized that there was only 3 of us there, and then I brought my son with me, my oldest son, he's 11, so I'm glad I brought him because we ended up being the sod luggers. As they cut the sod, me and him had to lift all the big chunks of sod, and they were heavy, but so we fixed up a big chunk of the field down there, which was really good. I also wanted to just mention a little bit some of the good work that's been going on at the Marketing Levy Committee, and some recommendations came through council today. And I just wanted to highlight how having a committee like this it's a really good example of how we can get some work done when we work together with the stakeholders in our community, and we can actually influence some changes that are hopefully going to improve the situation for our residents. So I also just wanted to make a quick reminder that the Milford Hall in Milford is having their Maple Fest supper this Saturday, April 25th from 4 till 6, and it's just a great meal. I unfortunately won't be able to attend this year, but just wanted to give a shout out for that as well. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Being it's 11 o'clock, I guess we're going to have to take a pause and just stop right there, and we'll pick it up after. We're going to proceed to our public hearings, and we have 3 public hearings today. Do we have any? Okay.
I think we can take over. Actually, we can take it. I could take it from there and the bear. best of both worlds. What's that? Get the best of both worlds, exactly.
Oh, she's coming my way. One for each. Oh, just for one. Oh, I know that name. Okay, we're ready to start. I'd like to welcome the people that are here this morning for our public meetings. Bienvenue. Let's start with our remarks so that we know how we proceed to these meetings. The purpose of the public hearing is to permit members of the public to make their views known to council concerning the Cornwallis Park Secondary Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw Text Amendments. All comments throughout the public hearing are required to be addressed to the chair, which as you know is me. The chair will provide an opportunity for public input and will ask that people speaking identify themselves so that their comments may be recorded in the minutes of these proceedings and to identify if they are speaking in favor or against the application. Comments from council members are asked to be held until all public comments are held. So we have Madame Bontang that will give us an information report on the Cornwallis Park Secondary Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw. Madame Bontang?
So staff received an application from the Bear River Fire Department to amend the text of the Cornwallis Park Land Use Bylaw and the secondary planning strategy to allow public use in the light industrial zone. These amendments will enable the conversion of an existing building on the lot into a secondary fire station or substation for the Bear River Volunteer Fire Department at 231 Spinnaker Drive, also known as PID 052100745. Should the proposed amendment be approved, all properties in the light industrial zone will be permitted to have public use as identified here. So public use means a use that primarily provides for a significant government function or services for public assembly and for educational facilities. And it includes community association halls, police and emergency health services, fire departments, and similar uses benefiting the public interest. The subject property is approximately 14,700 square feet and generally located on Spinnaker Drive, south of Highway 1 in Cornwallis Park Planning Area. Land uses within this portion of the network includes a mix of residential, commercial, and a school. Neighboring properties are zoned as low-density residential and community development. The community development or CD zone allows for public use, and this amendment will allow public use in the light industrial zone. When approved, will be compatible with the neighborhood. Elevated level of community, social sustainability, and a sense of place. There is no alternative zone that allows public use on a private land, That is why Part 7 of the SPS emphasizes the intent to identify and designate alternative uses for public use. Due to this, although these amendments are proposed by the applicant, staff is supportive because they align with this part of the secondary planning strategy. About 40% of properties on the north side of the Highway 1 are zoned as light industrial. Should the amendments be approved, there will be different options and locations for future public uses, such as a police station, a full fire station, or emergency health service, without going through the rezoning processes. Additionally, the local population, as the local population increases per section 7.2, it becomes necessary for additional public use facilities and property designations to provide for shared space for a fire hall, substation, RCMP office, or emergency health service depot. In view of this, Council at Policy 7.33 intends to explore early conversations with the local RCMP, fire department, and emergency health service reps on potential development of substations for public safety and health to support residential growth. The amendments are also consistent with the amendment criteria policy 11.31, which was attached to your package as Appendix C. And the amendments support the 2023 to 2027 strategic priorities of Council to invest in the people by providing safe communities. As part of the process, the proposal was reviewed by some municipal and external departments. With regards to traffic, the municipal engineer commented that on the subject property being in a school zone with no sidewalk and narrow streets, there would be the need to look into traffic. This area becomes quite congested during drop-off and pick-up times, with vehicles temporarily parking for pack-up and drop-off. If there were to become a secondary fire station, there will be the need for traffic mitigation measures such as no parking at certain times signage. Based on this comment, traffic mitigation measures will be added as a condition to the substation's permit approval. The fire chief also noted that since the area is residential and a school zone, their sirens will be off during school hours and around that zone. Generally, all the consulted departments had no concerns with the proposed amendments. A public information meeting is required as part of the process to inform the public of the amendment, explain the planning policies that enable the amendment to occur, and also receive preliminary feedback from community members. Prior to the public information meeting, notices of the amendment were published on the county's website, Facebook, and in the local newspaper outlining the proposal and information about the PIN. 2 public information meeting sessions were held on February 25th, 2026 at Felka Hall and Cornwallis Park Community Center. 25 members of the planning area, 3 councillors, and 7 Bear River volunteer fire department members, including the fire chief, attended the meetings. Staff and the fire chief presented the proposal, and members of the public were given the opportunity to comment and ask questions. Members of the public who could not attend in person were also given the chance to comment via email. We received 1 email which was also attached to your public hearing package. General questions from the public were about the scale of the operation of the secondary fire station. The applicants answered all questions, and public members in attendance had no concerns with the application and expressed their support. Details of the meeting was also attached to your package as Appendix E. To conclude, staff have reviewed this request for a text amendment to the land use bylaw against the applicable goals, objectives, and policies of the secondary planning strategies, and have determined that the proposed amendments are consistent with the intent of the secondary planning strategy. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Botas. Okay, we'll continue on. I'm going to call for some oral presentations from the public. And I have my form here, and I have 1 participant, Chief David McCormick, if Chief from Bear River Fire Department. If you'd like to come up and give a presentation, state your name and if you're for or against everything.
Good morning and thank you. Warden, Deputy Warden, members of council, thank you for the opportunity today. I'd like to acknowledge and thank all municipal staff and support effort for this request moving forward. My name is Chief David McCarn for Bear River Fire Department. Over the past 5 years, the Bear River Fire Department has experienced a significant increase in volume of calls rising to approximately 120 calls from another developer that is looking at the addition property that was ABC's seeing on the upper side of Cornwallis. These other developments are not mentioned in here because I do not have any future plans. The Colonial Arms one, we're looking at 46 units. 46 units of duplexes are going to add an additional 100 plus people in that area. This proposed substation will house a fully paid for fire truck by the Bear River Fire Department, ready and immediate deployment. We currently have approximately 10 firefighters that already live within the area, and we will add an additional 5 to make it up to 15. So these members are ready to join this station and once it becomes fully operational. This will ensure that this substation is fully staffed and ready to respond on a day-to-day basis. In alignment with the municipal guidelines and primary mandate of fire service, fire protection and life and property is the main objective. Establishing this substation within Annapolis County directly supports the mandate by improving response capabilities, where they also must meet the need of ensuring appropriate coverage for a growing population. In addition, the substation will strengthen the mutual aid capabilities of the Bear River Fire Department with Annapolis Royal and Smiths Cove. This apparatus is strategically located in Cornwallis. The intention of response and proactive need to set up this safety building and apparatus ensures the continued safety and well-being of Annapolis County residents and will establish a meaningful and permanent fire service presence within the community that we serve now.
Thank you, Chief. I presume he's for.
Just guess.
Correct, Chief?
I am for this.
I agree. Okay. Just in case somebody says, well, you never said it. Oh, okay. Are there any other people from the floor that would like to speak up on, you can't speak now, John, and that would like to speak up? No? No other people from the floor? All right, so I guess we'll move on. We had no written comments as well. Now will be the time that we can have comments from council members. So I'm sure we'll start with Councillor Wells first. Then Deputy Warden, then Councillor Agambar, then Councillor Longmire, you guys better know what your list is, then Councillor Harding, I missed Cranton, and then Councillor Cranton. Okay, Councillor Welch, Deputy Warden, Councillor Agambar, Councillor Longmire, Councillor Harding, Councillor Cranton. Did I miss anyone? The floor is yours, Councillor.
Thank you. First of all, I want to commend the chief for working so diligently on this. When I was a member of this fire department, it was something that was discussed pretty regularly, and I think it's timely, if not overdue, that this substation goes in. There used to be a fire department located in Cornwallis when it was a base on the other side of the school. Now it'll be on, hopefully it'll be on where it is going to be located now. I think it gives a lot of peace of mind to the residents, and I think it's timely with all the development that could potentially happen there in the near future. So I'm just very much in support of this.
Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you. So, I'm in support of this. I do know that the need of it, and I had a very unique role in my previous life that, the Bear River Fire Department played an important role within within supporting that endeavor that I looked after, and having that fire department closer would have been definitely a lot easier and better for the contract. But I fully support this one, and it's nice to see that there's going to be a use of a vacant building, which is nice. But it also opens up this for future other things, where maybe in the future we could see a community policing office there or something. Because we have another one within the county. Because Middleton, that's not really a police detachment, that is a community policing office because it doesn't have holding cells. So at one time we did have a community policing office there. And from what I hear from the local residents, that there's always a concern, and it's always nice to have that visitation. But no, I support this, and I look forward to seeing Bear River move forward with this and seeing fire trucks down there. The only question that I really had, no, never mind.
Okay, good, thank you. Next is Councillor Agambar.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he
Didn't
did.
realize it was so high on the list.
What's that mean?
I attended the first session of the public hearing down there as well, and it was very well attended, and I can say that I would definitely say that the majority of the people that were there that day supported this, for sure, and I certainly do as well. So I think it's long overdue, and certainly going to be an asset to the community, and it's in line with our policies as well to go forward. So yeah, I'm for it.
Thank you, Councillor Agambar. We are going to Councillor Longmire.
Thank you so much, Board, and I just would like to say a huge shout out to Chief McCormick for bringing this today, and it was a very successful meeting down at Valbers Hall. Great sharing of reasons why this should be well supported. It should be a no-brainer. It's very forward-thinking, as the deputy has spoke. Back when the base was a going concern, of course, there was a facility there, and as well RCMP substation. This community, as we've heard, holds around 500 people and is going to continue to grow. And the confidence that will come about from having this emergency service there, we can't put words to. We will see it in action. And, it's a congested living arrangement down there. The houses are very close together, and so, to see that your response time be improved upon for such crisis, I just commend, the forward thinking, meeting the future, and I couldn't be more pleased, and I definitely am fully supportive of this.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Harding.
Yeah, I'm in support of this as well. I agree with what all the councillors before me have said. And I want to thank Ms. Boateng and Chief McCormick for their information. And I really appreciate the fact that this change could actually benefit in more ways than one, because it's gonna change all of that light industrial, which there is a lot of in that particular area, to be able to be used for public use. And I really appreciated the definition of public use from Ms. Boateng, so that we could possibly see those buildings that at the moment may be sitting vacant or not have a use could become something that is a benefit to the community, like a museum or a church, a community hall. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate that sort of secondary benefit that we're seeing from the Bear River Fire Department's application. But I, of course, am in support of it for all of the reasons that have already been said. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Councillor Harding. Councillor Creighton.
Yes, thank you. I'm supportive of it as well, and as Councillor Harding mentioned, the other changes that it allows us to move forward with, but speaking specifically to the one that was just discussed, I want to thank Chief McCormick for his words today, and I know the Bear River Fire Department for the work they've done in putting together this concept and compiling and reviewing the data they have. A lot of work has gone into this, so as a councillor, I'm in favor of it, and as a resident of Annapolis County who lived there for 21 years, I'm very pleased to see this. I moved there in the year 2000, and it was one of the community's priorities back then, and it stayed a priority the entire time. Different reiterations of the Cornwallis Park Community Association and homeowners associations and chambers of commerce have all tried to navigate this. The Bear River Fire Department has always been supportive during that time of looking at ways to have it. A couple times it felt like it's close, but maybe there's one piece of the puzzle missing, and then it would just kind of fire off a little and be brought back up. So to see it now finally becoming close to reality, and all the stars aligned and all the pieces fall into place, really, as somebody that lived there and spent, half my adult life there, it is very pleased to see that finally come together. So I can't say anything more that Chief McCormick didn't cover in his topic, but the issue was around safety and response time, and the fact that this is the first response, so it makes the community a lot safer when you initially get there first and whatnot. So very much in favor of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Anyone else that would like to say anything to add to any of the comments? Yes, councillors, you have presented it well, so thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to say also thank you for Chief McCormick for being here and giving his outlook and his thoughts on the project. And also, we will be looking at this further later on. Other than that, that's the first public meeting that is completed. So I adjourn the meeting. Oh, I have a next step. Sorry, I jumped too far, my dear. Sorry, Madame Boateng.
So after the public hearing, second reading and final decision will be made by council. If approved, a copy of the proposed amendment will be sent to the province for review and approval. An approval notice will be advertised by the county's website and in the local newspaper. This amendment will be effective on the date of the notice. Thank you.
And everything I said before. I even had her underlined, there it is, you're gonna speak for the next step. Again, thank you, and I call this meeting adjourned, this public meeting adjourned. Okay. You have enough, that's yours. And I have nothing for this one. Okay, let's go on to public meeting number 2. Which is the Annapolis County Municipal Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw Map Amendment for Lily Lake area. Okay. The purpose of this public hearing is to permit members of the public to make their views known to council concerning the Annapolis County Municipal Planning Strategy and the Land Use Bylaw Map Amendments. All comments throughout the public hearing are required to be addressed to the chair, which is me. The chair will provide an opportunity for public input and will ask that people speaking identify themselves so that their comments may be recorded in minutes of these proceedings and to identify if they are speaking in favor or against the application. Comments from the council members are asked to be held until all public comments are heard. We will start with the information report from Madame Boateng.
So Lily Lake area is in the northeastern part of Annapolis County and can be generally accessed off Lily Lake Road. The area is within the jurisdiction of Annapolis County despite being the backup water supply for the town of Middleton. Due to this reason, Annapolis County is obligated to protect the water source. Municipal Council on April 24th, 2024 adopted the Annapolis County planning document and maps with policies to add specific properties around Lily Lake to the eastern planning area. In the interim, these properties were zoned as Lake Katy Low Density LCR1 and designated as water supply. The eastern planning documents and maps were approved by Council on February 17, 2026. Based on the Annapolis County policy of the municipal planning strategy to add lands around Lily Lake to eastern planning area, lands around Lily Lake were added to the eastern plan and zoned as Lily Lake Protected Residential under the open space and conservation designation of the future land use map. The proposed changes are based on policy 5.2.5, where council has a policy to collaborate with the town of Middleton and relevant stakeholders to develop land use measures to protect the town's backup water supply for inclusion in the county plan and its related LUB, or subject to the East End Municipal Planning Strategy or Secondary Planning Strategy and the Land Use Bylaw. Until those specific land use measures were developed, some pits were designated as water supply and zoned as Lake Katy, as I mentioned earlier. To implement this policy, lands around Lily Lake zoned as LCR1 have been added to the eastern planning area and have been zoned as LOPR, including land use regulations to protect Lily Lake, the town's backup water supply. Policy 7.1.2.2 also talks about altering the secondary planning area boundaries to take in lands that are related to the community or communities within the secondary planning area and or where residents express a clear interest in being included in the secondary planning area. In consideration of this is the intent of council in consultation with relevant stakeholders to consider the addition of lands around Lily Lake to the East End planning area. To implement this policy, the Eastern Secondary Planning Area boundary has been altered to include Lily Lake area and residents of the area. Town of Middleton and relevant stakeholders were consulted and had no concerns with being included in the Eastern Planning Area. Finally, policy 7.1.2.3 talks about interim policies in the Annapolis County Plan until the proposed areas are added to the East End Secondary Planning Area. Prior to the approval of the Annapolis County and Eastern Planning documents and maps, extensive public engagement were undertaken, and property owners, including the town of Middleton and relevant stakeholders, were engaged and had no issues with the proposed boundary extension and zone land use regulation. The core policy to establish the area in the Eastern Planning Area was already included in the Annapolis County Plan, and public information meetings and consultations were carried out for both the Annapolis County and East End Plan. Due to that, the public information requirement for this amendment was already fulfilled. The Annapolis County zoning and future land use maps must be amended to account for the removal of Lily Lake area and its addition into the Eastern Planning Area boundaries. And for this reason, these map amendments will allow or align with the outlined municipal planning policies. Staff is requesting that council give positive recommendation to this amendment in order to remove the Lily Lake part from the countywide planning area. Thank you.
Thank you. Merci, Madame Bourdain. Okay, so next I have no written presentation from anyone, and we're going to the oral presentation. Is there somebody that is here from the public that'd like to speak on this? You're allowed to? No? Okay, there is no one in the public area that wishes to speak to the oral presentation. So, having said that, we'll call on comments from council members. Anybody wishes to make any comments? Seeing none? Okay, we'll move on. And I won't miss next steps, even if I have it underlined 25 times, which is Madame Bourdain again. I'm back to do it right once.
So after the public hearing, second reading and final decision will be made by council. Following council's consideration of comments at the public hearing, any council approved amendment to the proposal shall be made by staff. If approved by council, a copy of the proposed amendment will be sent to the province for review and approval. An approval notice will be advertised via the website and in the local newspaper. These amendments will be effective on the date of the notice. Thank you.
Okay, so those are the next steps. And again, thank you for listening, and thank you, Madame Bourdain, for giving us all the information. We will go on, and I call this public hearing number 2 adjourned. Okay, we'll move on to public hearing number 3. Public hearing number 3 is the Annapolis County Municipal Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw Map Amendment 148 and 150 South Street, Carlton Corner. The purpose of this public hearing is to permit members of the public to make their views known to council concerning the Annapolis County Municipal Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw Map amendments. All comments throughout the public hearing are required to be addressed to the chair. The chair will provide an opportunity for public input and will ask that people speaking identify themselves so that their comments may be recorded in the minutes of these proceedings and to identify if they are speaking in favor or against the application. Comments from council members are asked to be held until all public comments are heard. So we will start with Madame Bourdain giving us the information report.
Thank you. So staff received an application from Monroe Construction with the authorization from the property owner, Najmuddin Properties and Investment Corp., to rezone the mixed-use portion of 148, 150 South Street to multi-unit residential zone, which will involve redesignation from mixed-use to residential. The amendment will enable the conversion of the basement of the existing 3-unit building with Civic number 150 South Street located on the rear of the subject property into 2 additional dwelling units, making it 5 dwelling units. There will be no changes to the building footprint. The subject property is split between the mixed use and the agricultural zone. With the zone, like with the designation as mixed use and agricultural. And the front is zoned as mixed use and the rear zoned as agricultural. This application is only intended to change the designation and zoning status of the mixed use portion to R2 zone in the residential designation. The agricultural zone and designation will remain the same. The subject property is about 1.6 acres and serviced by municipal water and sewer. Currently, there are 3 dwelling units at the rear building, and the front has 4 units. Both the use and structures were established before the current planning document. As shown on the map, the building where the proposed development will occur has sufficient buffering distance to nearby sensitive conforms reasonably to the proposed residential zoning category, and where municipal water and wastewater services with sufficient capacity are available. With sufficient water and wastewater services and lot dimensions meeting the minimum requirements, council can consider rezoning this property to the R2 zone. Per section 5.3 of the Annapolis County Land Use Bylaw, the subject property has sufficient lot area and frontage to meet the R2 zone minimum zoning requirements for it to be rezoned. The proposal was also reviewed by some municipal and external departments. All consulted departments had no consent with the proposed amendment. As part of the process, a public information meeting is required to inform the public of the amendment, explain the planning policies that enable this amendment, and receive feedback from community members. Prior to the public information meeting, notices of the amendment were published on the website, outlining the proposal and information about the meeting. A sign advertising the public information meeting and public hearing was also posted on the subject property. A public information meeting was held at council chambers on February 3rd, and no member of the public attended except the applicant. To conclude, the proposed amendments align with the intent of the municipal planning strategy policies. The subject property also meets the zone minimum requirements for it to be rezoned to R2 or multi-unit residential. The proposed development does not change the footprint of the existing building and is compatible with the surrounding environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Madame Botin. Okay, so now we are at the oral presentations, and I have nobody that applied to do an oral presentation. And we do not have any written presentations as well. I'm gonna ask the gallery if there's somebody that would like to speak, you may come up. If there's anybody, no, okay. We'll continue on. So now we are at comments from the council members. Any councillor wishes to speak on this particular aspect? Councillor Agenbar?
All alone here.
You're top of the list.
Well, I'd just like to say that I'm certainly in favor of this amendment. The need for increased housing is paramount in our strategic plan, locally, not to mention, provincially, nationally, globally. Increased built capacity speaks to that strategy, and I see no impediments to this, given the fact that no one is in contravention of it or against it. So I think it's absolutely good that we go ahead with this, and it's working into our strategy of increased capacity.
Thank you very much, Councillor Agenbar. Anyone else? See, Councillor Longmire and Councillor Harding.
Thank you, Warden. I am totally in favor with the need and to increase our housing.
Botan. And thank you for everybody and all your comments, and thank you for the public for being here. And I will call this public meeting adjourned. Do we have a to put, so we can get out and go back to council and add it?
Motion, it's already on your agenda as public hearings.
So we're just gonna,
Yep, and then all the recommendations are public hearings.
all right. So we have to change and then we just do these three.
Yeah, I mean, technically they're on there, but.
Is that a yes or is that a no? Technically, they're on there, does not cover what I do.
You can ask that.
Okay, so we're going back into council meeting and we need to change, well, we need to add to the order of the day by including, oh, yeah, you're right, you're on there. Proposed motions that were, I don't know how to move, proposed motions from public hearings. I need somebody to move that motion. Councillor Connell, seconded by Councillor Oxner. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed, okay? All right. We are back to our councillor comments. So we are at District 9. Okay, I didn't get lost on this.
No, you didn't. We kind of lost the momentum. of
Yes,
this.
yes, exactly, I hear what you're saying.
Greetings from District 9. I see and hear the sounds of residents hard at work cleaning up after the winter. If your community is scheduling any group community cleanup sessions, please try to take some time to help. There are many who still believe our roadways are for tossing garbage. We take pride in our county and even a few minutes can make a difference. The Nick Todd Church has an upcoming tea and sale on May 2nd. You need to RSVP. The contact information is on their Facebook page. Nick Todd Fire Department has the 2026 bingo dates posted on their Facebook page. The next one is April 25th. And as always, the reader is the go-to for events. It's free in many locations and also on Facebook. And with our community events guide and map in every mailbox, there's lots of information on activities in our area. I've received some positive feedback from East End residents. They're pleased we heard, particularly regarding chickens. It's great to be able to allow more residents to explore their interest. It may seem like a small thing to some, but it's very important to others. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. District 10.
Greetings from District 10. I went to the GM meeting at the Brickton Hall because I live in the community last night, and they showed their appreciation of the Annapolis County Community Hall conference that was held in West Housing. They got a lot of good information, but they also realized that there's help out there if they need help with grants. Just meeting with the other community halls and seeing what other community halls have at their hall to help the community, so new ideas. They were very excited and look forward to working together as a network of community halls, and I think that's excellent for our communities, and I thank the West Housing Group for putting that on. And I also saw it was well attended, so very good, positive thing I think for our county. The Lawrencetown Arena is open till April 30th. Sundays from 4 to 5:30 is public skating, so if anybody wants to get a couple more public skates in. Saturday the 18th, they had a Shinny Kids Tournament because they have Shinny hockey every Thursday night there. And it's well attended by a lot of kids to learn how to skate and enjoy playing hockey. So they had a tournament from 10 to 2 on Saturday 18th, and that was well attended. The kids were ecstatic. On Friday the 9th to Sunday the 12th, they had a Dave Wynn Memorial Tournament, an emergency services tournament, and I believe he was a paramedic or worked for emergency services, and it's a memorial for him. 11 teams from across Nova Scotia attended, and they were Armed Forces, RCMP, paramedics, and fire services. And I saw that the Mid-Valley Motel was full. It brings a lot of money into the community, or in our county. On September 25th, they're gonna have a 5-team, one-day women's tournament, female tournament, 8:30 till 6:30 on September 25th. Also, for the next 2 weeks, they have a spring hockey camp, and there's 3 individual trainers. One trainer's gonna have 5 hours each week with people that want to go to that. The other trainer's gonna do 3 hours a week, and then there's the third trainer, he's doing an hour a week for young youth. So everyone's gonna be covered, along with their regular shinny hockey, girls hockey, and other rentals that'll be going on throughout the last 2 weeks until the end of the month. So shout out to them. The Lawrencetown Pool, they're coming along fairly good. Lots of participant from the community. People with trades are stepping up to the plate. Everyone was devastated that it took place, and it was good to see that the community's come together very well there. The exhibition, I attended the storage removal on Saturday to get some of my storage out of there too, and that was a full day for them. And they're getting ready for their summer event. And last year they had anyone could drop into the main office if there's cars there, the main office is open during the day, and they have free seeds and for vegetables and flowers there to people to participate in growing vegetables and stuff. So what's that? Had many phone calls on roads for the last month, mainly dirt roads. I know it's not our provision to have to deal with, but our citizens think that sometimes the councillors can get further dealing with the provincial government than they can. Sometimes that's not the answer. We don't get much for it. But it definitely, the roads have dried up quite a bit. The dirt roads have dried up a lot. But it's just to get the grading done and the roads back in shape. Summer Rec is, I saw and read that they're getting their program to go out to the communities, and I know that Air Force Camp, the Summer Rec went there last summer, and we had a small group, I think there was maybe a dozen kids there, but they had fun and enjoyed it, so I really hope they keep us on our list in our rural communities. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, for District 10, or District 11, here we go. First of all, I'd like to say I had the privilege to attend a 4-H competition, speech competition with Councillor Carson Salzman, as she is the leader of the group. So I spent some time with those students, and I call them students, with the 4-H members, and they were very, very much enthused. Well, some more than others, but they certainly stepped up and went to the front and made their speeches as short and as long as they were. They all stepped up. So I thoroughly enjoyed that, so thank you very much for inviting me.
I'll put you on the docket for next year.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, so I won't mind. News from the Three Rivers Community Center, which is found on 41 Messenger Road in Torbic Mines. They are starting a youth group ages 13 to 19 on May 7th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if you need to have more information, you can call Candy at 902-679-8717. They also have a crochet corner that happens on Monday nights. So for more information on that one, again, it's the same number, 902-679-8717. Check their Facebook page to see the upcoming events, or even for booking the halls. And their email is 3riversbookings@gmail.com, or their phone number is 765-3838. There's always something going on, and as we have seen in our new book that is out there now, there are events everywhere. And if you wish to rent a hall for doing whatever you wish to do, there's always a hall, I'm sure, that can satisfy your needs, because they have small ones and big ones and in-between ones. So get up there and enjoy everything that's going on, and check their Facebook pages. I'll leave it at that and hope that what I saw coming, I left my house, there was no sprinkles of snow this morning. No, there was not, right? But when I got closer this way, I'm going, why am I going that way? So enough of that snow, Mr. Harding. You brought that talk back, it was talking back to you. Anyway, having said that, we'll continue on for today. We have 3 motions, right? Okay, in your papers of public hearing number 1, 2, and 3, there are 3 motions there. We will start with first motion, if anybody wishes to put that on the floor. Okay, Councillor Harding, Councillor Wells, sorry.
I move that pursuant to the first reading given on March 17th, 2026, in accordance with the recommendation for approval from the Planning Advisory Committee, and after holding a public hearing thereon, Municipal Council gives a second reading and approval to amend the text of the Cornwallis Park Secondary Planning Strategy and Land Use Bylaw to allow public use in the light industrial zone as described in appendages A and B of the report dated April 21st, 2026.
Thank you. I need a seconder. Councillor Harding. Okay, are there any comments or questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you. Now we go to the second public meeting that we have a recommendation there, and Councillor, I saw Councillor Oxner's hand go up.
I move that pursuant to the first reading given on March 17th, 2026, in accordance with the recommendation for approval from the Planning Advisory Committee, and after holding a public hearing thereon, Municipal Council gives second reading and approval to amend the future land use map and zoning map of the Annapolis County planning area as described in appendices A and B of the report dated April 21st, 2026.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Parsons Salzman. Okay, are there any questions or comments on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay, let's move on to the third motion of public meeting number 3. I need a person to move this motion. Councillor Parsons Salzman.
I move that the council gives second reading and approves amending the future land use map of the countywide municipal planning strategy to redesignate the mixed-use area of 148-150 South Street, Carlton Corner, PID 051-35651 to residential, and amending the zoning map of the countywide land use bylaw to rezone the same area from MX to multi-unit residential R2 zone.
Thank you very much. Seconder, Councillor Agambar. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Okay. We've gone through all that. Now we are at 11.1, the in-camera. We have a motion to go in. I move to go in camera under section, where did I put that? 22G and 22B. Could somebody put that on the floor? Councillor Longmire. Seconder, Councillor Welch. Questions? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you. Okay.